Hi, friends. We are back in Bangkok. Hazel and I made it safe and sound yesterday. We got in around 4 p.m. and it was a much faster ride than we remembered it to be. Well, it was a much faster ride than I remembered it to be. I can't speak for Hazel because she's a dog. So I'm just getting ready right now to go and do my biometrics for my Australian visa. About like 10 minutes ago, it looks like it was about to pour. It's going to start pouring rain, but now the sun is out, so I have no idea what is going on with this weather. All I know is that I need to hurry my little butt up because I'm going to be late. But yeah, so far it's been so nice to be back in Bangkok. Hazel really enjoys being here as well because all of her human friends are here. Like she's friends with all of the condo staff. They love her. They love playing with her. And there's just so much going on in the city that I think it's a lot more stimulating for her, which is completely fair because even for me, like Buriram is very isolating at times. But here we live near the park, the Benjasiri Park. I think it's Benjasiri. It's either Benjasiri or Benjakiri. I always get those two confused. That is the park that Hazel and I go to because there's a dog-friendly zone. And to be fair, it's quite big. So there's a lot of other dogs there too. Okay, sorry. I just had to go and curl my lashes. I don't like doing it on camera because it looks so gnarly. But yeah, I'm using this Dr. Mascara Fixer to set my curls. On certain days last me a very long time. Like it really helps to set my curls for the whole day, but only if it's not too hot and humid. If it's a good ideal weather kind of day and I'm not outside and it's not 40 degrees Celsius and I'm not out there for like more than 3, 4, 5 hours, then this Dr. Mascara Fixer will actually keep my lashes like curled for basically the whole day. But like for example, I went to Max's game on Wednesday, April 30th, and it was just so hot. It was so hot, it was so humid because it was about to rain as well. And my makeup just didn't really stand a chance. It stayed on, which was impressive, but the lashes were really just not keeping its curls. And if anyone is wondering, this is the Clio Kill Lash Superproof Mascara. It is the volume curling one, and oh my goodness, I love this mascara. I honestly love this apartment so much. I thought about giving it up and moving to a bigger unit, like maybe an older unit that's like a lot bigger. But after going back and forth about it, I've decided I really want to stay in this apartment. The condo staff are fantastic. They really look out for me and really look out for Hazel. And the apartment is really well maintained, especially now that I'm out of the city quite often. It's really nice to have my maids come in. The maids are basically like the building's maids, and they've been here for many years. Most of the condo staff here have been here for many years. So they're super trustworthy. The landlady also lives upstairs. So whenever anything breaks or there's ever any issues, she just comes down. And it's just really nice living here. Now that Max is not going to be in Bangkok often, we just decided it didn't make sense for us to be spending a lot more money to be living in a place where he's not going to even be living in that much. And then also a place that Hazel and I won't even be here for that much. Although I do need to put some paintings up and just make it a little bit more cozy. I don't even know what lip look I'm going for. I just randomly picked up a lip liner. This is the Sephora Outrageous Lip Plump in the shade 5. All right, I am gonna head out to the VFS Center in Rama 9. They apparently moved from the Asok branch to Rama 9, so haven't been to that new center, but going there now to go and do my biometrics, and hopefully everything just works out and I end up getting my visa and everything is good to go. I'm going on a motorbike taxi, so I don't want my hair just flying everywhere. So we'll keep it up for now, and yeah, wish me luck. Surprisingly, I was not late. It was just like right on time. So let's see. is so hot outside. It's not just hot, but it's so humid. I was just sweating. Like, I'm just sweating everywhere, to be honest. But my biometrics went really, really well. It was a lot faster than I thought it would be. I have everything in order now. I'm just waiting for the Australian immigration to review my application, and then hopefully they will approve it and we're good to go. Okay guys, I am so happy right now because I just got my visa approved. I'm in shock because my appointment was at 9:30, so I went in, did my biometrics, and then at 9:57 a.m., I get an email from the immigrants, like from the immigration, the Australian Government Department of Home Affairs, saying that I have just been granted a visitor subclass 600 as of today, May 2025, and it is apparently valid until next year, so next May 2nd, 2026. So I got a year visa. And I'm just so shocked right now because I was not expecting that. I thought I would get maybe like 3 months. Wow. So I'm so happy about this because this is such an important trip for Max and I because we're planning to register our marriage in Australia. So we're planning to have like a very small civil ceremony. So we're going to have a small, intimate family and friends gathering there. And then we're going to exchange rings and register our marriage legally in Australia. And it'll be really, really cool because we're planning to make a bit of a dramatic entrance. Not dramatic, but like a bit of an extra entrance by arriving on a seaplane. But yeah, I'm so, so excited. I'm so stoked. I was really, really nervous though, because obviously with our plan to get legally registered, like to have our marriage legally registered in Australia, I was worried that maybe this was not the right visa type to be going in with. I mean, I did do a lot of research, but even with all the research I did, it still was at the back of my head, like just anxiety, right? But it turns out it's totally fine. My research was correct. You can go to Australia and legally register your marriage while you're on a tourist visa, as long as you're not intending to live there, which is what Max and I are not intending to do. We have no intentions to live in Australia after we register our marriage. We are coming right back to Bangkok about a few days later after registering and after our civil ceremony because one, Max's career is here. Also, I have my apartment here, Hazel's here, my mom's in Thailand, my stepdad's in Thailand. Well, he's basically my dad. All of our friends, like our entire lives, are in Thailand. So we don't have any intentions to move to Australia anytime soon, which is why I opted to go for the tourist visa, like the subclass 600. In the future, if we did decide we wanted to relocate to Australia, then we would go on the partnership visa. So we've done everything by the books. And when I applied for my tourist visa, the subclass 600, I made it very, very clear, like what my plan was. My intention is to, one, just go visit his family and friends, explore Sydney, explore a little bit of Australia. The registration of our marriage is not the main reason we're going. It was just something that we figured we might as well do while we're there anyways. But yeah, so I made it very clear when I submitted all my documents. I wrote a cover letter, like a applicant story letter. I had Max write one as well. And then I also sent in all of my pay slips, my bank statements, my letter of employment. We have an engagement party / Max's 30th birthday planned on June 14th, which is the day after we're supposed to come back. So we also sent in the confirmation of that booking and the deposit, and the deposit receipt payslip that we paid to the application review as well. I was really, really thorough with everything I submitted and just made it very clear to them that like I don't want to hide anything. This is what my plan is to go there. I am trying my best as I can to follow all of the legal procedures. So building that trust essentially. Also, I think it really does help quite a bit that I also have a 10-year US visa. I've had a Schengen visa, had an Australian tourist visa before as well, many years ago. I've had a green card in the US. I've traveled quite a bit throughout the last decade. So all of that really did help with the application. I want to call him and tell him because I've been stressing, but he's training right now, so I'll have to wait. But yeah, yay! Super excited. This was such a nice start to my day. I'm honestly so happy that that was all sorted because now I can just chill. It is smooth sailing after this. So, all right, let's get on with our Friday. Time to finish up a lot of work today and then make some dinner, hang out with Hazel, and edit some videos. So I've just finished my last meeting for today, and I also just made Hazel some poached chicken. I basically just poached the chicken and then I shred it, and then I use chicken stock or the stock that I make from boiling the chicken, and I use it as food topper for Hazel, and she really loves it. I also add some other food topper powders on top as well. Yeah, she goes nuts for it. She absolutely loves it. It's Friday, May 2nd. And I still have so much work to do today, so I'm gonna work very late. I've been thinking I actually kind of want to go to Villa Market on Sukhumvit and get a bottle of red wine. I feel like that would be such a nice way to treat myself for working late on a Friday. And I also want to go get some kefir yogurt, super healthy for you and super good for the gut. Also, I left my probiotics in Buriram, so figure why not get a few bottles of kefir yogurt and just give it a go and see how I feel. And then I want to go get some flowers from my apartment. I love having fresh flowers in the apartment every week because I feel like it just adds such a nice pop of color and it just makes me so happy every time I look at it. I used to never be a flower girl until I started dating Max. When Max and I first started dating, very early on, he would buy me flowers every single week. Now that he's not in Bangkok and he's in Buriram, obviously, he hasn't been getting them for me. Now I don't mind just going getting them myself, and it feels like such a nice little weekly reset routine to get new flowers and just have them in the house to look pretty. That's the plan. I'm gonna go and do that and then come back, make my quinoa salad, drink my wine, and work until late. All right, so that was much more expensive than I had intended it to be. I went to the supermarket with the intentions to purchase only a bottle of red wine and kefir, milk yogurt and flowers, but I left with 2 bottles of the yogurt, a bottle of red wine, a steak, brie, crackers, garlic, and some meats, which I really didn't need, but somehow I convinced myself that I did need it. And now I spent 60 bucks at the store, even though I just spent $100 the other day on groceries for the week. But all right, I've just cleaned out my old flowers and they were getting so moldy. So it was very disgusting in there, but I've just cleaned this vase out, and I'm gonna put in a tablespoon of sugar just to give my flowers some plant food. I literally just use whatever type of sugar I have. Well, actually, it should just probably be white sugar. I don't know if you would use brown sugar for it, but I just use like normal granulated refined sugar. And do a little mixy mix. Max is actually on his way towards Bangkok right now. He's not going to be coming directly into Bangkok just because the team, they're going to be playing in Canterbury, I believe. They have a game there tomorrow. So yesterday, not yesterday, sorry, the 30th of April, they actually had the last game of the Thai League. It was against Nong Bua. By the time you're seeing this, you'll also have already seen the vlog. After that, they didn't get any time off, so they played on the 30th. They won the trophy, won the Thai League, didn't get a day off the next day, and then today they trained in the morning, and now they are on their way to Canterbury for the game tomorrow. I was really hoping that Max would get a day off on Sunday so that he could come home to our Bangkok apartment and see Hazel and spend some time together in the city, but unfortunately they're also not getting a day off on Sunday because they have another game on Wednesday. So that means they'll be training every single day up until Wednesday, and then after that they'll continue training every single day up until the next Saturday where they have another game. And it just goes on and on until the end of May, after which he will be done with the season. I'm just trying to like measure how much I need to cut. Yeah, it just goes on and on until the end of the very end of the season, in which case we will be going to Australia, as I mentioned earlier, and yeah, it'll be really nice. I'm super excited to go back to Australia. I've not been to New South Wales before. The last time I went to Australia, I went to Melbourne. I really loved it, actually. When I was, 18 or 19 when I went there, I came back and I swore that I wanted to live in Australia. I wanted to marry an Australian, live in Australia, and I fell so in love with Australia, to be honest. And it's just so funny now thinking back to it because I am literally now marrying an Australian, and one day we might be moving there. And these are my flowers. Ta-da! So I cut them a little bit. I didn't cut out too much because I want them to last throughout the week, which means I need to leave enough stem to make sure that I can trim off a little bit when I clean the water. But yeah, these make me so happy, to be honest. Every time I look at them, they just make me so, so happy. All right, so slight change of plans. I'm not gonna make my quinoa kale salad just yet. I'm gonna have a girl dinner and eat my cold cuts with my crackers, with my cheese, most importantly with my wine. And I'm just gonna get as much work done as possible as well, and then I will make my quinoa kale salad. Later tonight, I will leave it in the fridge so that everything just soaks up all the flavors and it's good as new tomorrow. I don't think that's the right saying. I think what I'm trying to say is it's gonna be really, really delicious tomorrow if I just let it marinate overnight with the dressing and everything. Oh God, I love brie. Do you know brie was one of the cheeses that I grew up despising? I hated brie so much. Well, to be fair, I hated all cheese. I was a weird gal and just did not like cheese, but now I crave it. Just some plain crackers. Oh my God, if only Max knew what I was doing right now, he would be a little bit concerned that I'm not having real dinner and I'm just eating cheese, meats, and wine. But it's fine because he's not here, so he doesn't need to know. Man, that's good. It's so good that I need to take a photo of it and send it to Max, actually. He's gonna have a good laugh about it. And as always, thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate your time and your support. I know that my channel is very, 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 very small right now. And because of that, I am just so appreciative of every single person that watches my video and takes the time to support it. It really means the world to me. So thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you guys in my next one.
Sit. Sit ให้หมามีหน่อยคอยนะคอยว้าว